So this is section 9-10. We have a test on Friday. Notes are posted online, blank and completed. So the percentage of change is the ratio of the amount of new to the original amount. New to the original amount. So it's a ratio, and if you remember, for the test on Friday, ratios can be written as a colon form, in word form, or as a fraction. When an amount increases, like the example on page 472, which is the example 1 below it, a percent of change is a percent of increase in that situation. It's an increase in that situation. When the amount decreases, the percent of change is negative. It's a negative number. And you can state a negative change as a percent of decrease. A percent of decrease. What? So I want you to be able to read it. That's a percent of decrease. Now, for example, with example number 1, find the percent of change from 120 to 135. 135 minus 120 equals 15. That's the amount of change. That's the difference. Okay? That's the difference. And as you know, a difference is subtraction. So the amount of change. So form a ratio. Keep both green. Form a ratio as stated for the sentences above. We have 15 over 120. Now, there's two different ways we could do this. We could do the way that that fraction being a division problem, first in, second out. And we divide 15 by 120. Okay? That's one way of doing it. Or if you wanted to use smaller numbers, can't we take out a common factor with 15 and 120? Yeah. 5. We could take out 5. So we'd go 3 and what? 40. 40? No, that ain't it. That ain't it.
It's 60.
60. No, it's not 60 either. It's taking out 5. 5 times 20. Why are you talking right now? Stop talking. All of you boys. Got it? If you have a question, ask me. So if we take out 5, so just think of this. What's 120 divided by 5? 24. Can that be reduced anymore?
Yes.
1/8. So I would like you, right, for demonstrative reasons right now, go ahead and do either 15 divided by 120 or 1 divided by 8. So go ahead and do that. Since we've reduced it properly, look how it's the same answer. Okay? So you didn't have to reduce, but we did because we're good like that. We're cool like that. Okay? So now look what I had highlighted here. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can all see a little better. It says here, find the percent. Find the percent. Let me have some. You good? You're laughing like I've got some stuff in my pant leg or something. Yes?
We have to move over the decimal 2 spots.
We have to move over the decimal 2 spots. So I found out that 15 divided by 120 is 0.125. However, I need to move the decimal over. So I'm going to go from this spot. I need to move it whoop, whoop, right there. And I'm going to have 12.5% change.
We always have to have changes.
Nope, but for introductional reasons. Introduction.
But why?
Yes?
Should we put the 0.5 into a fraction so it's 12 and a half?
That is 12 and a half. If you'd like to, that you may. Schneider?
I don't feel why you remember those 2 spots.
Because that's how you make a decimal into a percent.
I still won't get it. I probably forgot it.
Okay, to make a decimal into a percent, you multiply it by 100. Ah. Next one. Find the percentage of decrease from a population of 257,000 and 243,000. Yes, sir. Okay, that's 5th and 6th grade stuff, and we did a little bit now, and that's okay. It's your brain just might be otherwise as far as focusing on other things. You do know how to do that. I know you know how to do that. You're just overthinking a little bit, I promise you. Next one. So we found the difference there. They did this for you twice now. On the homework, you have to do it. So we have negative 14 because it's a decrease. So it's a negative. So now we have to divide first in, second out. Ooh. It's going to be negative. Okay, this one is kind of no fun. So go ahead and start it. Yes?
Why do we put the 0 behind the decimal on the top?
You mean in front of the decimal?
Behind.
Because 257 does not go into 140. So you guys are doing this as I do it, but not waiting for me to do a thing, and you're just copying it down because you know how to do this. You can divide decimals. You can do long division. You've been able to do that for years. That one's too high, so I know that one's going to work. Excuse me. So 1285 is too high, so I know this is going to be 4. Okay, wherever you are, I'm going to pause you and have you look up here. So I just got to my 4th decimal point. I just got to my 4th decimal point, and at that point, you're going to stop and go, hold up. I might not be doing this the right way. Okay? Maybe I did an error somewhere, because I can't imagine a repeating decimal, like Mr. Smith making me do that. Then, when you think you might be going down the wrong path, What? So this is when you would check to see if you've made an error, because you have 4 decimal places there. And you go 14 divided by 2, 57, equals? Okay, so that means that I'm on the right track. And if you see all those decimals there, what does that mean? You are done. You're going to stop. You're going to be like, ew.
How do you know when to stop? Like after 4?
Probably about 4. That's when you should be suspicious of A, you're doing something wrong, or B, you're not going to be going that far. Now, here's what happens. You are going to be making this number into a percentage. So how do we do that, Mr. Schneider?
Times it by 100.
Yeah, you multiply it by 100. So 0.0544 multiplied by 100 is going to be 5.44%.
Can you just move the decimal over twice?
Yeah, that is multiplying it by 2. Or multiplying it by 100. Okay? There was a hand up, yes.
When you divide it by 100, like, what, do you just move it to the left or to the right twice?
Whenever you multiply by a fraction of 100 or 10, whatever, however many zeros it is, when you multiply, it goes to the right. When you divide, it goes to the left. Because as long as you're talking about whole numbers, as long as you're multiplying by a number greater than 1, it gets bigger. And when decimal goes to the right, it increases its value. So I have negative 5.44%. Yay! Okay. Always subtract from the bigger number to get the amount of change. Because the amount of change is it's a difference between the two. Okay, as long as you recognize if it's a decrease in change, then it'd be negative. If it's an increase in change, it's positive. But regardless of that, make sure that you are subtracting the big number from the small. No, the small number from the big. Yeah, I said it backwards.
Yeah.
Did you write that down?
Yeah. No, you didn't. Why?
You just lied to me.
No, I didn't. I was acting. I don't know they're liars.
Yeah.
How do you make those stars? Because I don't know how you make them. Because I can make them. You do it like left-handed. That's how I.
Probably because I'm a lefty.
Can I
No. Nope. All right. Now, these are examples just like the homework, okay? We will get through this. I believe in us. So it says here, state whether each percent... Oh, one of the reasons that we're going to get through it is because I didn't have to lecture you guys about turning your stuff in on time, because as far as turning stuff in on time, you guys are my best class for PreAlg. Keep it up. Here we go. State whether each percent of change is an increase or decrease. That's the first thing we got to do on all these, so let's do it. So the old is 142. The new is 114. Summer, you all right? Okay. That wall is interesting, but it's not that interesting. Well, you're not looking what we're doing. I know that. Please follow along with us, okay? And have a seat in the chair, please. The old is 142. The new is 114. Is that an increase or a decrease, everyone?
Decrease.
So write decrease over here.
This is it. This is easy.
Next one. The old is 59 cents. The new is 30 cents. What is it?
Decrease.
Oop. Next one. This one is increase. I just read it as 425 old people. So if you flip that and that, it says... Okay, it's increase. The old number was $228. The new is $251. Increase.
Oh,
Okay, I don't need all the extra commentary. Put your foot down, please. I do not need extra commentary. After I get done saying it, you say whether you think it's increase or decrease. The old is 96 minutes. The new is 108. Increase. Next one. The old is 4. Shh, let me say it. The old is 14.5 liters. The new is 12.5 liters. It is a decrease. Good. Now we start the second part. Then, see how it says the first part, cha-ching? Then it says then? That means there's multiple steps. The same way that some of you are still not following directions, like the homework last night when it said to find the discount, and what you did is you said the new price. No.
That's my fault. No.
Yeah, it is your fault. It's not mine. It's not your parents. Yes.
I'll ask you.
Good. I thought that you, but when you answered again, I thought you were going to say something different. So, yes. Next one. Number 3. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to, oh, I completely left this out.
What?
There's something that we need to write down.
There's a catch.
How did I forget?
I don't know. Your name.
This is what you guys need to memorize for today.
Change. Back. Base.
The base, and that's the rate. That equals the rate. And I'm going to put this in a nice, cute little frame so I remember to memorize it for... I'm going to put it in that frame. Turn around, Steiner. I'm tired of turning around and seeing the back of your head rather than you writing down what you're supposed to write down. We're going to be memorizing that for Friday's test, and I'm going to try to make that a little bit more horizontal. So that is what we need to memorize for Friday when we're talking about percentage of change. And I will tell you that the base is the OG. Base is original price or the old price. Okay? The base is the original price. Okay, someone in 4th period said OG gangsta, and I go, that doesn't make sense because that's original gangsta. No. Or like an ATM machine, an automatic teller machine. It's like saying LMS school, Lincoln Middle School.
It's like saying Tylenol backwards. It's very hard. What are you saying? Tylenol backwards. Well, if you spell it backwards, it's like a word in the first place.
Step 1, the first thing that we need to do on all of our homework assignment, or all of our questions on the homework tonight, and you can do whatever you can for this one, okay? Step 1, what we have to do is we have to find the change. So I'm going to take, as it says at the top of my page, 142 minus 114.
Do we have to put step 1 on our homework?
No.
Okay.
This is for knowing exactly what to do when you realize that you were sleep writing as you were in class today. So it's just 28, quiet. 28, is it an increase or a decrease? Decrease. So that means that my new, or my formula is going to be, or my fraction rather, my ratio is going to be negative 28 over the OG.
Why negative?
Because it's a decrease.
Okay, so increase is positive.
Yep, increases are positive, decreases are negative, as our note stated on the front side of that. So we have negative 28 over 142. Now all I have to do is I can reduce. I can just do that division right then and there. Excuse me. So if I wanted to reduce, I could. I'm not going to.
Is it like required to reduce?
Nope, not at all, because you get the same thing. That's why I did the reduction and not the reduction earlier. Almost fits.
I thought we just had to write decrease or increase. That was the hard part.
Okay. Notice how I have my negative sign already chilling up there? Just leave the desk how it is. By the way, you're taking your test on Wednesday. So we have 1,380. We have to think here now. Let's think logic. If I multiplied 142 by 10, I would have 1,420. That is just barely above what we need, isn't it? So it's 9. Beautiful. 9. And here's another important part right here. Look what it says right at the top of your screen. If we're rounding nearest to the nearest whole percent, how many decimal places do we have to go to? Hold them up with your hands.
6.
How many do we have to go to? 2. It's 3. We're rounding to the nearest whole percent. We have to round to the nearest whole percent. I'll show you why. Here we go. Let's do some long division, 4th grade math. Here we go. Yes, sir. Noah. They want you going, it is, wow, gosh, last 12 minutes went really fast. Yes, sir. Yep, you may go. 142 multiplied by 9. We are not going to finish. Okay, 142 divided by 9, we got 36, 27, 36. No. Yes, 36, 37. 9, 12, 12, 48. 12, 78, 1, 2, 7, 8. 2, that's 0, that's 1, 102. Another one coming down. Okay, I need to do just one more. The percent. Part divided by whole equals the decimal percent. Okay, the next one, so I have that. Now, 1278 is really close, but it's too high. So I could do 8, or I could do 7. It's going to be 7, 8, or 9. But I also know that if this is going to be a 7, that when I round up, it'll be 20. Beautiful. Yes, it'd be 20. So now I have negative 0.197, which is equal to negative 20%, because we rounded up. Negative 20%. Mm-hmm. It was, what was it necessary?
It was redivided, and if we had 0.19 it was to find the...
No, you didn't write it down. You just didn't write it down, that's all. Okay. Be quiet. Apparently, allowing you guys to sit where you are until I have your seating chart doesn't work, because, by the way, you 7 just ruined it. Or 6. Not so much Caleb. Yeah. You might be just responding to Owen, but still. We're just going to set these next ones up because I know you know how to divide. Yes? Okay, I know you know how to divide, and if you don't know how to divide, you need to take the time to get it. I can help you with it, but it's highly unlikely that when people come in for help that we're not going to be working on current 7th grade stuff rather than 5th grade stuff, okay? Here we go. My difference. I have to subtract from the bigger one. Okay, 29. So I now have, is it an increase or a decrease? It is a decrease, which means it's going to be negative 0.29 over the OG, which is 0.59. That's money. And that's money. I'm going to set that up, and that's all we're going to do for right now, okay? You know that you would have to divide that fraction to get a decimal, all right? Next one, number 5. 480 minus 425. It's going to be 55. 55, it's positive because it's an increase. 55 out of 425. 5. Okay? I guess I could write equals rate. Now in the homework, you're going to actually have to complete this. Why am I not working this out? Well, time and also what else? Yeah, you guys know how to do. You guys know how to divide. That's not the new stuff. Number 6, same situation. We have an increase. Yay! So it's 251 minus 228. So my new is 23 over my original, which is 228. And that's going to be the rate. That's going to be the rate. Next one. We have 108 minus 96. That's going to be 8 plus 4. So my new rate is the change. It's an increase, so I have a positive number. Change over original. That's my rate. Yes, sir? If it asks you to, yes. But the bottom line is I want you to identify whether it's an increase or decrease with just an I or a D. That way you know if it's supposed to be a positive or negative number. All right. The old 14.5 minus the new, which is going to be just 2. 14.5 minus 12.5 is a positive 2. We have 2 over, what's a decrease? 2 over 14.5. Now I'm going to do that division. Okay? Yes, sir? Whenever I figure out what the cheapest way to hold that up so I can see who's talking as soon as I turn my back. More importantly, who's not paying attention when I turn my back. A tennis outfit is marked down 50% and then reduced at the cash register for another 30%. Is this total reduction 80%? Why or why not? Can we stop tapping your pencil? Why not? I haven't heard from you.
No, because I tested both of them out with a random number, and
Good. Okay, so one said no because someone worked ahead and tested them out. Webb?
Yeah.
Will it be?
It'll be 80%.
Okay, you think it would be. Now, it is not, and here's why. Here's why. Remember, whenever you have a percent, it's part over whole, right? Doesn't the whole change after you've already taken a reduction?
Yeah.
So, for example, if you had $50, a skirt that cost $50, okay? 50% off of 50 would mean it now costs $25, doesn't it?
Yes.
So now you'd be taking a discount of 30% of 25. Now 30% of 25 is a lot less than 30% of 50. It's actually half of it. See that? Right now, if you were to cut my height in half, and I were to cut your height in half, who would have a taller waist? I would. I don't know, that's weird. Okay? Because my height, the half of my height, is still higher than the half of your height.
Where's your waist at?
No. Well, let's look at this. 30% of 25. Okay, 30% of 25, so we would try to find that out. We're going to estimate that. I'm going to use the 10% or the 1% thing. So it's 2.5 times 3, which is 7.5. So I'm going to take a $7.50 off. So I just found really fast that it is $17.50 is what it would cost at the end of it if it was $50 originally. Now, excuse me, 80%. Excuse me, 80% of 50 now. 80% of 50. I want to give you guys your homework. That's $40 off. So that would be $10. The difference is $7.50. Here's your homework. Do not do the third column. So any of the numbers that are multiples of 3, you don't have to do that. Do not do the far right column. 5. You're welcome, because that's a lot of multiplication and division. Yep, you may. Do not complete 3 and 4. Thanks. By the way, I usually give you enough for Owen as well.